Good evening. My name is Keith Brown. I'm the president of the Oakland Education Association. Again, good evening. My name is Keith Brown. I'm a teacher at Bret Harte Middle School and also the president of the Oakland Education Association. I wish everyone well, Oakland educators, students, parents, and community. Thank you for checking in to this Facebook Live and just sending positive well wishes to everyone in the Oakland community. Since July 6th, OUSD educators have been bargaining with the district about what a safe reopening of the school year will look like for educators, students, and the rest of our school communities. As the representatives of OUSD educators, we have a right to bargain health and safety and working conditions. First, I want to say that in March 13th, Oakland educators grabbed everything we could and left our classrooms with no notice and no time to prepare for where we eventually found ourselves during crisis distant learning for months. We are calling it crisis distance learning because it is just that. We were doing the best, the very best that we could in the place where we're at. At the time, we bargained an agreement with the district that established how crisis distant learning worked. That agreement was right for the end of the school year, but it will not work going forward. We must and can improve distance learning to make it meaningful for all of our students. I'm so proud of the 21 educators on our bargaining team, many of whom are parents with young children. We have working mothers on our team, such as our bargaining chair, Patty Segura, bargaining while caring for their babies on their laps. Our educators have spent more than 240 hours each of their own time this summer working to reach an agreement that does the utmost to serve all of our students. For our bargaining team and Oakland educators, we believe for a strong start to the school year during crisis distant learning, it will be crucial to invest time in establishing strong connections with students and families. In order to provide meaningful, well organized crisis distance learning, educators need time to plan together and engage in quality professional development. Students must receive the technology they need in order to be successful and receive support in learning to use it. Teachers and educators know that the only way to improve crisis distance learning is to have a robust plan for universal tech and device distribution, conducting ongoing wellness checks, which OEA first piloted with teachers this past spring, and guarding sufficient time for educators to plan and prepare for the high quality instruction that Oakland students deserve. I have to say it is very disappointing that the district took the time to disrespect the work of educators yesterday. OUSD's update to families that attempted to blame hardworking OUSD teachers for the failure of leadership in the central office was outrageous. We know that Oakland won't fall for it. OUSD has failed to provide leadership in three key ways: articulating a concrete plan that will protect the families, that will protect the safety of students, staff, and the community. They also failed by failing to improve the conditions for crisis distant learning. OUSD has also failed to provide leadership by literally refusing to call this a pandemic, to call this pandemic a crisis and treating it like we can reopen schools for our most vulnerable students and their teachers and support staff based on arbitrary timelines. So this evening, the educators of Oakland call on Superintendent Kyla Johnson Trammell to come to the bargaining table and meet with our 21 educators of our bargaining team to come to an agreement by Monday, August 3rd. The lack of leadership in OUSD administration on this issue is leaving our students, families, and all OUSD staff with too many uncertainties. Our students deserve the superintendent's full attention on this matter. It is time to put our students first and reach an agreement with the educators of Oakland. Oakland students need the best education experience possible during this crisis. Oakland students and families deserve a strong plan that strengthens crisis distant learning so it works for educators, parents, and students, especially our most vulnerable students. So this evening, Oakland community, we need you to email superintendent at OUSD.org and call 510-879-8200 and tell Dr. Johnson Trammell to come to the bargaining table, meet with Oakland teachers, and reach an agreement by August 3rd that will ensure student and staff safety, student learning and support, and a school day that is sustainable and meaningful. Many of you know that on August 3rd, there's a national day of action for the equitable reopening of our schools. This call is for equity or else. Dr. Kyla Johnson Trammell, no matter where you may be, meet with our bargaining team and show the leadership to bring equity for our students by August 3rd. Again, thank you, Oakland community. Thank you to educators of the Oakland Education Association. Thank you, students. And again, we are calling for Superintendent Dr. Kyla Johnson Trammell to come to the bargaining team, to come to the bargaining table by Monday, August 3rd, so we can have an agreement for our students and our families. The community of Oakland deserves it. Thank you and have a good evening.